For the Pledge of Allegiance, and then a moment of silent reflection. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Mrs. Lobozinski, it's 6:01. We're punctual tonight. Let's take a roll, please.
Mr. Allier?
Present.
Mr. Garcia?
Here.
Mrs. Smith-Gomez? Here. Mr. Kuba?
Here.
Mr. Crowe?
I am here.
Records all are present and accounted for.
Thank you, Mr. Wilson. Do we have any public participation?
Yes, we do, Mr. President. Rick, yes, down sheet, like comment on section 5 of the minutes.
Okay, step up, sir.
Rick Baldry, 9221 Parkway Drive. There's two issues that are involved here. They're noted on the sheet I gave you. It's 5 minutes. I know this board is not a fan of the minutes, but it's important I ask this question. I'm not asking, it's not a question I expect a reply from because I don't expect replies. These are rhetorical questions. Audience comments. This is the meeting of March 17. Questions and comments were raised regarding the Sports Hall of Fame as well as a student walkout. I asked the question about Sports Hall of Fame. There's a reason I'd asked it, and the question was specifically, who are the members of the Hall of Fame committee? This is an important question. I am not aware. I have done research. Have I called all the corporations which have high schools in Indiana? No, I didn't do that. But I've done a lot of research. I have not uncovered one single school corporation that didn't have a committee of people that you can nominate a person for to be a member of the committee. And I cited an example I'm aware of. A student who was a tennis player, girls tennis, won all her matches at sectional level, and all the matches, and her team won the sectional crown for Highland High School 3 years in a row. And I'd like to nominate that person, but who do I nominate to? I'm done with that issue. The next issue. We're going to have a matter arise here regarding, God help me, the letter of engagement and feasibility study. We're going to go at this referendum again. I said this on several prior occasions. I was roundly criticized. I was made a buffoon. Why was I asking such a silly, stupid question? Guess what? We're going to experience this issue again. My anticipation is it's going to show up in the November election of 2026. We're going to have a presentation either by the board or by a member of that firm. I'm not going to name the firm because he can name his own firm. But one of the clients, several of the clients that this firm has dealt with are Crown Point and Lake Central. But what's important about that? They won their referendums, either on 1 or 2 prior occasions. I'm not against the referendum per se, but what I'm against is a lack of transparency. Now, I have a letter here, right here. It's in your board packet. The letter was received, it was written by the firm that's going to make a presentation, if they make a presentation, on March the 23rd, 2026. That's nearly a month ago. It is important that this board share all of its information freely and openly with this community. I'm a member of this committee, and I was an important part of the last referendum, and I really ask of you, sincerely, that you share information honestly and you listen to this community, because this board has not done so. I thank you very much for your time.
All due respect, sir, I don't think anybody's ever misrepresented anything.
I never said your name.
This is not a public comment section. You're done.
Never said your name.
You're done, sir. And I'm just saying that at no point in time has this board ever misrepresented anything that we do. So you can come up here and theorize all you want, Mr. Wizard.
Withers?
But
Withers?
Wizard. You're looking at your crystal ball and you're trying to theorize what's going to happen. It doesn't always. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I prefer to have financial studies that tell me what I want. Yeah, we're engaging a financial committee. That's what we're doing.
Step 1, what's 2?
We'll find out. We'll see what they say. Never mind. All right. Meeting. Do I have A motion to approve minutes.
Motion to approve minutes, Mr. President.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 5-0. Correspondence.
Yeah, none at this time, Mr. President.
All right, how about a superintendent?
Yeah, busy time of the year, super busy time of year. We're excited about this time, but a whole bunch going on. Can't wait to see the programs still left of the elementaries. Athletics are full go. Kennedy Stevens just keeps breaking school records. It's just, she keeps doing it. So, and will probably. Excited about the musical May 1st, 2nd, 3rd. Big Fish. Tim Burton show. That's going to be a lot of fun, I think. And excited about tonight. Hopefully we'll get some principals approved tonight and be able to move forward. It's been busy. We have, I think maybe Ms. Smith-Gomez will talk a little bit about it, but I'll steal her thunder for just a second. Our director of NISAC is retiring, so we've been trying to get some applicants there, and that's been busy, so I'll let her go into that in depth a little bit later. The last thing I do want to talk about, there's been a lot of questions that have come up about the heat in the buildings, especially the middle school, high school, and it's been a little warm. You know, this week's been better because it's been cooler, but there's been some questions. We have new chillers, and first of all, I'll say, the buildings, it's not as simple as, like my house, if it's really hot, I can switch over to air really quick, and if it gets cold, I can switch back to heat. You can't do that in our big buildings. You have to fire up the boilers or fire up the chillers and get them rolling. We have new chillers, and a manufacturer has to do it the first time or we lose the warranty. So we went to do it a week ago, and you don't want to do it too soon because it's only April, because then you can't get heat. So if it gets cold again. So it's kind of up and down. So we went to do it in one of the pumps that wasn't replaced because we didn't feel like we needed pumps at the time when we did the chillers. We had to get a new motor for that. So they're putting that in, they put that in, and now they're firing up the new chillers Wednesday and Thursday. So, but it's, I think the people that have been asking questions, they completely get it when I explain that it's not as simple as going to a thermostat and just switching over to air. Or doing it on your, you can do it on, I can do it on my phone now. For my house, I can switch it back and forth, but you can't do that in the big buildings. It's turning off one and firing up another one. But it's coming. It'll be done here this week, and we should be in good shape. So I wanted to mention that. But I'll hold back comments on the personnel when we get to the personnel report.
Thanks.
Yep.
Anything else?
That's it.
All right. Board reports. Mr. Allier.
Nothing to report.
Mr. Garcia.
Dr. Smith attended the Highland Griffith Chamber on my behalf. I was out of town for work last week. Also, it was a week or two ago, we had the ISBA regional meetings that a group of us attended. Always great information on the new laws and how those impact our school district, as well as some heads up on some things that are happening at the federal level. I'd encourage you to continue keeping an eye on those legislative updates that we get from ISBA.
All right. Skillman.
I was unavailable for the week of April 6th, so I did not attend the meetings, nor did I attend the NICFEST meeting, so Mr. Kuba is going to take that for me.
All right. I'll leave Mr. Kuba.
Oh, excuse me. Oh, I know. It's rough. I mean, they speak so highly. When I came in, they're like, oh, she's not here? Literally.
I'm sure there's a lot of
So
crying.
they actually were. So a couple things. One, they were upgrading the NISAC fire alarm system upgrade. It was still functioning, but it was getting outdated, so they were in the process of getting that completed. Dollar amount, I think it was around $60,000, $70,000, but it needed to be done, obviously, for safety of the stay at the point, keeping the schools for the students and staff. There were 5 existing and 4 students that are graduating that will be exiting the program this year, which was pretty exciting, having 4 graduating from the program at Eagle Creek. May 6th is going to be staff appreciation at 5 p.m. at Halls of St. George. As far as the executive director, right, with Mrs. Marcia Horn retiring, you're probably going to get, Mr. Smith, they're looking at how they're going to do it with a committee or process, and that's going to be coming up here in the next month to see the best approach, because it's a challenging position. They got to make sure they get the right person, so they really want to make sure That's done appropriately. And then the last one was workman's comp. April 15th, it went up from $230,000 to $251,000 for NYSEC. So they're shopping it with, like we do with our insurance too, to try to find a better rate. It looks like they've had good past couple of years, but it's a rolling period to see for your claims. So they think next year it will be better, but they're shopping that around. And that's all I have to report.
Thanks, Mr. Kuba.
You're welcome.
Redevelopment met last week. Business as usual, nothing special to report out of that. They paid their bills, so that's always a plus. And Park Board also met last week, and there was a mutual agreement to separate with the superintendent. So they will begin a new search for a new superintendent. And they also began doing some park improvements at the park at Main Square. They changed out some equipment. Some of the other equipment's going to stay. They're going to expand the footprint a bit and do a soft pour in place pad. So that should be happening soon. And all the parks got some fresh mulch, so that was good. And that's all I have to report from there. So with that, we open the financial section. Welcome, Ms. Fulton.
Okay. A copy of the March Treasurer's Report was included in your board packet. I'm requesting approval of this report as presented.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion to approve the treasurer's report.
Thank you, Ms. Gilmer.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Elliott. Do we have any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Vouchers.
A copy of the final voucher docket was included in your packet. I am requesting approval of this report as presented.
Motion to approve the vouchers as presented.
Support, Mr. President. Thank you, Mr. Garcia and Mr. Kuba. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Architecture services.
We're recommending that you accept the letter of engagement and agreement from Schmidt Associates to provide professional, architectural, and engineering services for the projects associated with the general obligation bond of 2025 for a base cost of $170,000 plus reimbursable fees such as mileage, printing, design approval, permitting costs, and building code consulting. This contract will be paid from the GO bond of 2025.
Do we have that motion?
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion to approve the architect services.
Thank you, Mrs. Gomes. Do we have support?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Garcia. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Letter of engagement for construction.
The administration recommends the board accept the letter of engagement from Stillman Corporation in the amount of $96,750 to manage the paving projects in the GO bond of 2025.
Motion approved, Mr. President. Thank you, Mr. Kuba. Do we have support?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Garcia. Any discussion?
Mr. President, if I may,
Sure.
just want to make the record known that I'm disappointed Deon's not here to grace us with his presence.
I can put him on speaker if you want.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Advertisement, bidding.
We're requesting permission to advertise for the paving projects in 2 newspapers. The planned projects are at the middle school and Southridge parking lot. These projects will be funded through the GO bond of 2025. Stillman will be bidding and overseeing these projects. The bid schedule is on April 22nd. We'll have our first bid advertisement, and construction documents will be available to the bidders. On April 29th is our second bid advertisement and bid meeting at the School Town of Highland Admin Building. And on May 13th, we'll have the bid opening at 10:30 a.m. here at the Admin Building. And on May 19th, we'll recommend the contracts to the board.
All right, do I have a motion?
I'd like to make a motion to approve the bid advertisement.
Thank you, Mrs. Gomez. Do we have support?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Garcia. Any discussion?
Mr. President, I would just add, the reason we're hurrying on this is so we can get it done this summer.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we want to get it, and kind of what we did in front of the high school last summer and knock that out while we don't have students in the buildings, and that's why we're going quick.
Excellent. Hopefully the bids come in well.
Yeah.
All right, any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 5-0. Letter of engagement for a feasibility study.
We recommend that you approve the letter of engagement in agreement with Policy Analytics to provide a comprehensive financial feasibility study focused on property tax impacts, and revenue analysis. Funding for this agreement will be through the appropriate operations fund and bond funds.
Motion to approve the letter of engagement feasibility study.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. Kuba, I appreciate your support. Is there any discussion?
Mr. President, if I may,
Sure.
I just think it's great that we're taking the time to lean on a trusted organization to give us feedback on the financial picture and viability of our school district. I think given all the changes that have happened in tax law over the last couple of years, it's wise that we're going this route.
Any further discussion? I would like to add to those comments of Mr. Garcia that this is our second financial study in the past few months. The impacts of Senate Bill 1 have been impactful, to say the least, across pretty much all school, town public schools in the state of Indiana and the municipal town. So I believe the findings of the first financial study were less than flattering. So I think it's in the best interest of the taxpayers of the town to conduct this second study and make sure that we have it right.
Mr. President, I would add that I appreciate the comments of both of you. I think we're in a situation where there's a lot of question marks going forward, and this is our way of knowing what does it look like in 28 and 30 and 31 and 32 and for our school district, and whether that be property taxes or whether that be dollars coming in per kid, whether that be state funding, and this is going to give us a really clear picture, whether we do a referendum or not a referendum or pass or fail or any of that. We need to know where we're going and where we're at financially. And I think it's our roadmap. It really is.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. CIS auction of school buses.
The Transportation Director, Dominic Nieblas, recommends the school town of Highland partner with the CIS auctions to sell surplus buses and equipment that are over 12 years old or are no longer useful. Aging buses are more costly to maintain and less reliable. Indiana's districts follow a 12-year bus replacement plan to manage safety costs and modernization. Instead of accepting low trade-in values, using an auction service could generate higher returns. Two auction providers were reviewed, CIS and Hahn Auctioneers. While both are reputable, Hahn requires early title transfer and removal of decals before the auction, which reduces district control and increases administrative work and risk. CIS auction offers a more flexible process with fewer pre-auction requirements, allowing the district to retain ownership during the auction and create more detailed listing to attract buyers. It also provides safeguards such as reserve pricing and final approval authority, ensuring assets are not sold below acceptable value. Overall, CIS is the preferred option due to flexibility, lower risk, and greater control. The administration supports this recommendation and is requesting your approval.
Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve CIS auction of school buses.
Thank you, Mr. Garcia. Do we have support? Mr. Elliott, was that you? Thank you,
Yeah.
sir. Any discussion?
I'm excited about maybe getting a new band trailer as our band numbers are increasing, like twofold in the last couple of years, marching band.
I'm excited to see the results of the auction. So it's something that I know as we take a $1,500 as a return for our used school bus as we trade them in. I'm really hoping that we came onto something here.
We really were, I think, getting taken advantage of by the bus companies on the trade-ins, kind of like you do in a dealer, when you trade a car and you can make money other ways. And I think this will bring back significant more dollars.
in our band rather is growing, so it sounds like we do need to address that, to get them trailers, so.
Yeah.
With that, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Donations.
We have received the following donations. The middle school received a donation from Donors Choose. It was Kleenex tissue, construction paper valued at $57.92 for Mrs. Mavity's room. The high school received 206 scoops of ice cream from Culver's for the Senior Honors Award. The high school also received a donation from Brenda Russell, trombone and clarinet valued at approximately $650 for the band program. The middle school received a donation from the PTO parents. This was an Amazon wish list. They purchased items valued at $117. This is for the Voyager team. The middle school also received a donation from Erica Gomez. This was a Christmas tree for the middle school PTO. They also received a donation for the middle school from Shaban Fagan, a Christmas tree, also for the middle school PTO. And Southridge received a donation from Home Depot, which was potting soil valued at $30 for the second grade Earth Day project. We're requesting your approval to accept these donations.
Do we have a motion?
I'd like to make a motion to approve the donation.
Do we have support?
Second.
Thank you, Mrs. Gomez and Mr. Garcia. Any discussion? Mrs. Gomez.
Yeah. Just want to say, like I always do, and I know you're probably all tired of hearing it, but I never get tired of thanking our donors. We are very appreciative of the Donors Choose program, all of our parents who give in big ways that are listed on these donation reports, but in small ways when they send their kids to school with extra Kleenexes and markers and all that they do. We appreciate the Amazon wish list items, the instruments, Culver's. I'm impressed that we needed 206 scoops of ice cream for the Senior Honors Award tonight. That's impressive. Good job, seniors and senior parents. And of course, that's really a donation from my husband, even though I'm listed here. We're happy to donate our Christmas tree and Ms. Fagan as well, and happy to see some Earth Day projects going on in our district. So we appreciate all of our donors.
Thank you. Never get tired of it. Love all the support we get from our community.
It's always great.
Any further discussion? All right, hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Dr. Smith and Dr.
The
Urlacher.
buildings and grounds report was also.
Oh, there we go. You stuck that one. I did miss that one.
If you have any questions.
Thank you.
That's just information.
Yeah.
Dr. Smith, are you going to do the?
Yeah, I'm happy with Dr. Urlacher. Apologizes, he's traveling this week, and he'll be back next time. So I'll happily take the curriculum piece. Have a lot of people on the move or going to be going to some important places and some important things like the digital threat assessments and some of the math trainings and SRO trainings and in some of our monthly meetings. So board members, your professional leave requests are submitted, and I recommend for approval.
Mr. President, motion to approve. Thank you, Mr. Cooper. Do I have something? Oh, Mrs. Gomez, is that you, I think?
Yep.
All right. 100%. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you.
Personnel.
Yeah, retirements and resignations. We have some people leaving after long periods of time, some tremendous employees. Amy Wilhite, retirement math teacher, middle school, May 28, 2026. Thomas Glover, retirement custodian, high school, September 11, 2026. Matt Topp, and he's been 32 years, retirement custodial foreman, night foreman in charge at the high school, July 17, 2026. Linda Hodgnicki, 28 years, retirement attendance secretary at the high school, July 27, 2026. Barbara Whiting, resignation as a dependent care Johnson, May 28, 2026. And Courtney Condis, resignation as the team leader at the middle school, May 28, 2026. I still recommend.
Thank you. Do we have a motion?
Make a motion to approve the retirements and resignations.
Thank you, Mrs. Gomez. Support?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Garcia. Any discussion? All right, some long-time Highland people there, so I Greatly appreciate all that they've done for us, and I wish them happy and healthy retirements. Matt Topp, I think I'm looking for the number, 32 graduations this year.
And he was a Highland grad.
And he was a Highland grad.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Appointments.
Yeah,
Do you have any
Trev-
appointments today?
Just a couple, and then if you approve them, then I'll have some comments afterwards.
Okay.
If that's okay, if we do it that way. Travis Anderson, appointment principal at the high school, July 1st, 2026. Kimberly Hayes, appointment principal, Southridge Elementary, July 1st, 2026. And Ryan Moore and Gip Dills, volunteers for the spring football volunteers, most importantly, right? Middle school, 2025-26 school year, I so recommend.
Motion to approve, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. Kuba. Do we have support?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Allier. Any discussion? All right, hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Congratulations. Welcome to Highland.
Thank you.
Yeah, I want to take a minute and introduce Travis, since he's the first one I see when I look up. And Travis comes by way of a couple things, LaPorte Juvenile Corrections and Whiting as principal and administrative role at Portage, and we're super excited to bring him on board. He beat out some really good applicants, and he's going to do a tremendous job. Travis, if you want to say a few things.
No, first and foremost, really big thanks to Dr. Smith, Dr. Ergelak, and the school board for allowing me this opportunity to lead the high school. As Dr. Smith said, I've been in education for 14 years, started as a teacher in the juvenile correctional facility in LaPorte, taught special education, math, PE, and health. Moved up to principal there for a couple of years before moving on to Whiting. Last 7 years I've been a school administrator, 5 of which I've been the head principal at the high school level. So a little bit about me. I'm a collaborative leader. I like to work with people alongside me, as well as it's all about relationships. I strongly believe in that. But over everything, I'm a student advocate, want to do what's best for the kids and give them the most opportunities to be successful. So thanks again, and I'm looking forward to being a Trojan.
Yeah.
Some of your students are in the back there. They're trying to...
They have to...
They get to meet you.
Yeah, they have to come for a class. We force them to come once a semester.
If you want to be impressive, instead of having us sign your documents tonight, you probably have him sign them.
They usually come like the last meeting of the semester, so.
Are they going to speak next?
Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Yeah. Second, I want to introduce Kimberly Hayes. Kimberly comes by way of Lake Central Schools and Lake Station Schools, has a wealth of knowledge in special ed, gen ed, administrations, all at the elementary level. We had an incredibly deep pool of candidates. We had almost 40 applications. Most had admin experience, and she beat them all out, did a great job. Her references, I called people she doesn't know I called, and it just kept getting better. Every time I got a hold of somebody, they were like, oh my gosh, she's really good. So I'm super excited. I think it's going to be a great fit. So Kim, do you want to say something?
Absolutely. I don't know if I can follow all of that. I will try. But thank you so much. I am so excited to be in this position and to be allowed this opportunity. I'm looking forward to it. He basically said all of my background. I do have elementary background, secondary. I taught special education at the high school level. Middle school, I will not touch with a 10-foot pole. But I've had a lot of experience, and I'm looking forward to this. I brought my family with here. They're supporting me. My husband's actually a Highland grad, so...
Oh, once a Trojan, always a Trojan.
That's 96.
But I'm excited to be a part of this team. I know Amy, so thank you for the opportunity. I hope I do well by all of you. Looking forward to meeting all of you, meeting the students, meeting the staff. None of you will be my students, but maybe you'll be in the building, I don't know. But thank you.
Yeah.
Very much.
Welcome. I think it needs to be mentioned that her son took one on the chin. He gave his birthday up today so they could come tonight.
Oh, Mom can get a gig.
Even if he is a Hanover student, that's okay. We'll tease him. We really appreciate it. Yeah.
You need to hold that over your mom's head for a second. So there's a place in downtown Highland on Highway Avenue called The Counter. It's an ice cream shop, and today's Tuesday, so it's open. So I'm telling you guys, you gotta hit that on the way out. So,
Yeah, welcome aboard.
it's across the street from the old custard shop, if you remember that. So, welcome. And some of your building personnel are behind you. All right. That should do it for we did the appointments, right? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so on to the audience comments. Please step up to the podium. Please, sir, you have 3 minutes. We don't talk about HR issues, we don't talk about personnel, we don't talk about ongoing investigations. Have at it.
Rick Bowrick, 9221 Parkway Drive. I don't want to pick at this comment because the superintendent was giving an overview, and I understand, and I just want to raise this issue. He opened the door, and I want to walk through the door. Superintendent commented that the feasibility study will give insight into school town of Highland, my words, not his, income, and I'm saying expenses, and an analysis to see how we would be doing over the next several years. And he happened to mention some years, whether that was accident or whatever it might be. I'm not trying to make an issue of this. But he mentioned that looking into the future, 2027, 2028, 29, 2031, what we're walking into is that the study, which is being commissioned, and they will be doing this study, there's nobody, I don't know how smart anybody is. The Indiana legislature has been, in the opinion of this board, my humble opinion, your opinion is that the funding is not adequate. I understand that. But who knows? The election result that occurs here in this off-year election, right, 2026, maybe it might influence the Republicans to fund some more money. So that's the one thing we can't factor in. We just don't know. And no study's going to give us that insight. They'll give the insight that's available as of right now. In the near future, but when we start getting into 2029, 2031, we're really walking into an area where the legislature could change its mind. It could increase your funding. That's all I'm saying. And that's the issue I wanted to raise. Thank you.
Any other comments? Please, step up to the podium.
I don't get so nervous though.
No.
Hi, I'm Heather Castle. I'm the branch head of the Highland Library over on Jewett and 4th Street, and it's National Library Week.
Hey.
So theme is Find Your Joy. All residents of Highland, free library cards. We have physical books, DVDs, even video games you can check out, magazines. You can get ebooks and audiobooks you can listen to on your phone, all for free. Teachers that don't live in our district can get a teacher's card and still get all that as well.
Cool.
So come see us if you haven't seen us. And you can also get some library swag, which I brought for the board.
Ooh,
Go through it, pick
library
out,
swag.
fight over it, come see me to get more, pass it around and everything.
It starts with the president, right?
Yeah, so.
I get first dibs.
With National Library Week, it's Find Your Joy.
So since you're here, we're getting close. It's almost May. What are we doing this summer? What's going to be cooking at the library this summer?
Actually, let me backtrack
Okay.
to National Library Week, because you mentioned the counter.
Yeah.
You can come in and put your name in for a drawing for one gift. Well, we got 2 give-offs to raffle off for a $10 gift card to the counter.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, so come visit us, fill out a little card. I know that, I have to look at the dates, our big program, Crosstown Exotic, with reptiles and turtles and tortoises and snakes, are coming on, I don't know if it's June 8th or June 15th. I think it's June 8th.
Okay.
But it's Unearth a Story. It's the theme.
Cool.
So it's dinosaurs.
Very cool. Very cool.
So we're still planning everything.
Awesome. Thanks for coming. Thanks for sharing.
But I have a big variety, so, share it with other admin.
Keep it at the
Absolutely.
end of the meeting. Come see
Any other discussion? Comments? Going on? Please step up. Name and address, please.
Gretchen Gilmore, 8905.
Oh, let's do it when you get to the mic. Thank you.
Gretchen Gilmore, 8905 Erie Street.
Uh-huh.
I was just wondering if you guys know anything about the possible, like, full traditional schedule next year and possibly getting rid of advisory. Do you guys have any more information about that for the students?
Probably Dr. Erdelak would be our staff, right?
If you
want, yeah.
Yeah, it's not, there's no final decision yet, but even if we do, whether we do block or traditional next year, there will be a chunk for advisory in there. It may not be 90 full minutes, but it could be, it could be less, but there still will be advisory. We think that's important. One big piece going forward, we haven't talked about it yet, we will probably this summer, school letter grades. School letter grades are being determined in a lot of different ways, but at the high school, how you do on your PSAT and SAT. So I could really see the advisory, doing the regular stuff in advisory, but also doing some work on SAT, pre-SAT, because the better we do, the better our school letter grade will be as well. And we want you to get good scores on your SATs too. So yeah, there will be some sort of advisee next year. Yeah, I just can't tell you if it's 30 minutes or 90 minutes. Yeah.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Anybody else? All right, well, thank you. We move over to board comments. Mr. Elliott.
I'd just like to make one quick comment. So we're engaging a company to do a study towards financial feasibility study. It's been inferred here that somehow wait and see would be a responsible course of action. I don't think that financially waiting and seeing, putting our students' educational futures at risk, and basically being caught, unprepared. Being unprepared is not responsible. This study is going to give us the information we need to make responsible decisions. And so I'd just like to put that out there to the public.
Thanks. Mr. Garcia.
Yeah, so if I'm not mistaken, we have about around 80 years of combined experience in retirements happening. So just want to say thank you to all of those and all the effort that they've done over a significant amount of years. I worked with Mr. Top significantly over the last handful of years and just appreciate all the work that he's done. Definitely want to say a huge Highland welcome to Mr. Anderson and Ms. Hayes. I know that I'm very big on culture, and I know the culture you're coming into at the school town that Dr. Smith has fostered, and the partnership that we have between administration and our certified staff and our uncertified staff. And I know you're walking into buildings that are supportive, that care about teaching, they care about our students. I'm excited for you both, that I know that this is going to be a positive experience for you, but more importantly, a positive experience for our students. So thank you. I always tell people, nobody has to say yes to a job, so thank you for choosing us as well. We're excited that we were able to make that offer to you, but it's equally as impressive that you have selected the school town of Highland to spend your time with. We're getting close to the end of the school year, so for high school students in the back, I know it feels like it's coming down to the wire, but the grades still matter right now, so make sure you're paying attention to all the work that you need to do. And to our teachers, thank you for everything you do. I'm going to be a little bit on a personal note, going through my youngest, who is now moving on to what is going to be his future after high school. I know he wouldn't have the opportunities that he has available to him if he didn't have the supportive teaching environment that he's received through elementary, middle school, and high school here in the school town of Highland. And I'm incredibly thankful to the staff in our district for being there for him and giving him the support he needs to help him be the best that he can be. Thank you, Mr. President.
Mr. President, I want to interject for a second.
Sure.
He's a proud dad, and he won't say it. I'm going to say it because I'm proud of Dario because he's been on my education foundation the last 2 years. Dario just got into Northwestern. How cool is that? Northwestern. Yeah.
It's only money, Victor. It's only money.
Yeah. I mean, that's a fantastic school. So we're all proud of Dario. Yeah.
You're still gonna make them watch the movie.
Absolutely.
That seems fair.
Go.
Want to remind everyone, I think Dr. Smith talked about it, go see the musical, beginning of May. I also want to remind everyone, or maybe let everyone know, May 16th is the Girls on the Run 5K, which is, I think, the largest 5K in Lake County. And it is hosted, the first one in Lake County is hosted May 16th here on the grounds of the athletic complex in Highland. We will have over 3,000 people there. And it is a fun place to be. It's a fun place to be on the course. We'd love to have people out there cheering. A lot of Highland kids are participating in Girls on the Run. But there are kids from all over Lake County. There's also one on Sunday at Valparaiso High School. Girls on the Run actually has 4 5Ks this spring. So if you don't see me, that's why. Prom is coming up this weekend, right?
Yep.
Yes. I just want to tell everyone to be safe and have a good time. I know you will, but the be safe part is really important. I want to say congratulations to all who are retiring. That is quite a bit of time to put in. I want to say welcome to our new principals. Thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for putting in the work and getting to know our students, and I know you're going to have great success here. I also want to say to our PTOs, parent-teacher organizations, whatever iteration it is at your school, thank you. I see what all of you do on social media. I know this is the end of the year, and there is a big push for funding, and there is a lot to do. There are a lot of appreciation weeks and days and fun things that everyone organizes, and just because it's the end of the year doesn't mean it's not also a busy time for parents in other ways. And I want to thank them for all their service to our schools and their fundraising. We could not do what we do without you. And lastly, I want to say to teachers and parents, I know it's a lot. This last stretch of school is tough. And I just want to say keep going. We appreciate you. We thank you, all of our principals, everyone who supports our students. We appreciate you, especially in this very last stretch of school. And I know it's tough. So thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Cooper. Thank you, Mr. President. I'm going to touch first on the feasibility study that previous board members talked about. I've been on the board 20 years. One of the biggest responsibilities we have, obviously, is fiduciary, right? We got to look out for the community. We're part of the human, all 5 of us. Businesses do 5-year plans, 10-year plans. They don't know what the future is, just like we don't. This is looking at 10 years out. So no one has the future. If we did, it'd be great. I would pick the lottery numbers and, off to the sunset. But you have to take the information you have, look at it, and then make a determination. The other thing, as far as community might need to know, now the way the legislator changed it, referendums only could be done 26, 28, 30, right? So if whatever school decides, not just ours, any school district in Indiana, if they don't do anything in 26, 27, if they realize, oh no, we're out of money, they can't do anything. They got to wait to 28. So it's our responsibility to make sure we look at every option to see if everything's good. Great, I'd love it. I'm a taxpayer, like anyone else here. Mr. Kroll, Ms. Gomez, Ms. Garcia, Ms. Elliott. Everyone's a taxpayer here on the board. So we're going to do what's best for the community and the schools, but we can't do it blindly. And if we did it blindly, we shouldn't be up here. That's the bottom line. We should not be up here. So Dr. Smith recommending, he's doing his job. If he didn't do it, we'd be looking at him going, what are you recommending? We don't have the information. So I applaud him for giving us another resource to look at it, because it's a big decision. It's not easy to do when we sit up here and look at it. We know the impact not only to the community, the students. So I want as much information as I can get. And if someone thinks this is a bad thing, then I don't think they're looking out for the students in the community that I personally could say I am. So with that being said, I also would like to congratulate Mr. Anderson and Ms. Hayes. I graduated in '85 from Highland, so I'm very proud to be in Highland. And Southridge is where my children went to school, so know it very well. You'll probably see my wife when you need a sub. She's very nice. Shout out Jane, wonderful. But congratulations and happy retirement to all our staff members. I mean, putting in the years and doing it, they care so much, and I'm sure we'll see them around. We always do. Every time someone retires, they're always coming back. And good luck. Make good choices at prom. Finish their year strong, and then have a great summer when you get to it. That's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Kuba.
You're welcome.
I echo the comments of the board. I think the financial condition has not been a secret. We've been very open and honest in talking about how it's been, the amount of funding is being cut, not only for Highland, but across the state of Indiana. The cost of goods and services has gone up. God knows my NIPSCO bill is a heck of a lot higher than it was 2 years ago. We haven't been able to buy the buses that we would typically buy based on our plan because the cost of those have gone up and the funding for those has gone down. Our teachers continue to work their butts off, and they're getting paid at rates that is at the middle tier of the county at best. Again, the state with SB1 has cut funding to all schools in the state, of all municipalities in the state, and I'm thankful because I got a property tax bump, right? I got my refund, but it's at the cost of municipalities and school towns. We need to come up with solutions, and if we don't, there are going to be consequences because inflation isn't helping us. The cost of goods and services isn't helping us. The cost of gas in our buses isn't helping us. The cost of electricity isn't helping us. I could probably tell you what the financial analysis is going to say, but let's let the professionals do it, and then we'll make an educated decision based on what we have before us. I think, Mrs. Gomez, you said earlier that you're hearing on referendum talk 100 school districts
Over 100, they expect.
will likely run referendums in the fall in the state of Indiana. And how many school districts do we have?
294.
294. So it's a telling sign of how public education is being funded in the state. On a happier note, welcome. Welcome. Look forward to your contributions to this town that I grew up in. I have 6 kids. Some of them have graduated, some of them are still around. You're off the hook. You've got 2 coming up still. We're excited. We're excited to see your ideas. We're excited to see how you're going to just breathe and continually help make us better, because that's what we want to do, right? Continue to challenge ourselves, continue to get better. I'm looking at this Harwood. So Friday is the Fun Fest at Southridge? Next Friday. Johnston. I knew there was one on Friday. All right.
Amy.
Sorry. Amy. Amy's got the party going on. Okay, so that's on Friday.
See you all there.
All right. And then on May 28th, I guess we'll have a board meeting before then, but I'm going to push the counter today. Highland Education Foundation's fundraiser, right? It's the counter on May 28th. Is that right?
Last day of school?
Last day of school. There we go. As mentioned, it's prom. All you prom goers, be good. Make good decisions. Make good decisions. Make good decisions. So I tell my kids. Good luck. Highland Theater Company, real big fish?
Big fish.
Big fish, just big fish.
Yeah. Not to be confused with the 90s man.
Yeah, exactly. Fish. And to all of our students, finish strong. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of tests that have to be taken. There's a lot of final projects that have to be completed. Nose to the grindstone. Finish strong. You're almost there. It's going to be summer before we know it. And thank you to our teachers. Thank you to our personnel. Thank you to our administrators. Thank you to everybody involved in the school town for making it such a great place. I deeply appreciate all you do.
Mr. President?
Yes, sir, Mr. Cooper.
Can I interject one last thing I forgot?
Sure.
thank the Highland Library. We really
Oh,
appreciate
yes.
it.
Thank you.
Meant to give the shout out, and I totally, so thank you, and look forward to all the events going on at the library, and everyone go get your library card, check out everything, utilize our Highland Library in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, with that, we'll have signing of official documents. Our next meeting will be in the chambers here on Tuesday, May 19th, preceded by an executive session. With that, do I have a motion to adjourn?
Adjourn, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. Kuba. Thank you, Mr. Garcia. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, have a good evening, all.
Yeah.